the things that are still necessary and that are really difficult to get across to a student are comparing apples to apples. One of the things that you don't get, especially with new materials information like who's producing the newest bioplastics information or who's producing the newest recyclable plastics information, is that it's hard to compare material data sheet information. And it's especially difficult to compare that to something other than a plastic. For example, if you're a company that specializes in polycarbonate and you come out with a new polycarbonate that has more recycled content or has a bio content to it, and you've been producing polycarbonate forever, what is new and different about this? But based on apples to apples, what are the same things and what are the differences in this new thing that you're giving me and this old thing you're giving me, so that I understand better? It's not just that it's bioplastic, I also have these other bits of data.
What I think needs to happen is not so much the actual plastic, you say, or the chemical makeup, whether it's a polycarbonate or whatever material. I mean, that's certainly good as far as some things go, but I think the process is where we probably lack. Do they really have a thorough understanding? We do a lot of tours. We'll go to a manufacturer where we'll see injection molding or vacuum forming or blow molding or rotomolding or something. They'll see that. Then we try to apply that in some of our projects, but I'm not sure how really well they understand that.
Well, I know sustainability is a really big issue, especially on a lot of college campuses, and they did implement a sustainability class at our school for a semester, and I think it is continuing, and it's from the Ocala section. And it talks about sustainability, and it kind of, the process of the book talks about all the things that are bad about plastics and everything, but there's really not a lot of solutions offered as far as, okay, yes, all these plastics that are currently being used and all these materials that are being used are bad for the environment. And that's really important to press, but I think if there was solutions or options that we could spec for our projects as an alternative, it would be so much more valuable because, a lot of the projects that we actually did a sustainability project for one of our classes, and I think a lot of people were just having to go to the web and kind of fumbling around trying to find, these different materials. And with the ever-growing technology of these materials, I mean, it'd be great if someone would kind of expose us to it, especially because we're the designers that are going to carry this sustainability trend on.
One thing I wish we'd been able to learn more about, and I think the issue is that the professors tried to teach us, but there's only so much you can really do in the educational realm, is cost of production using these materials and things. As soon as I got out into the real world, some of the designs and things that I was trying to do were not cost effective because I was trying to do, say, roto-molded products when they are typically stamped steel, and I didn't understand the cost of building the molds and everything like that.